And welcome back, everybody, to the freaking awesome podcast. And this is episode 43.
Yeah, man. Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this. I'm on the air, we got this podcast flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkling some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAP.
Welcome, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Bowes, and virtually across from me is our returning co-host, Matty G.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today, bud?
Oh, not too bad.
Excellent.
Same in this crazy world we live in.
Right? You getting? You built a
got
bunker in your
groceries,
backyard yet?
I'm out there digging holes with the dogs now.
Yeah, well, you got to put them to work. You know, they got to keep their keep around the house, so, or make them keep. Yeah. Excellent. Well, today we have a wonderful guest. He is a writer, actor, producer. He's been kind of a working hand in such things as Murder, She Wrote, Simon & Simon, the new WKRP in Cincinnati, which is quite exciting because I love the originals, and a fantastic TV series that you may or not remember, Sliders, with Jerry O'Connell. We've got Steve Stoliar. Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic.
Awesome,
Now,
awesome.
one of the things I left off your little bio and resume there, we're going to get to with our guests in a second because it's quite exciting. But before we get in there, Maddie, why don't you lead us up with today's news?
Absolutely. So here's one that you're going to particularly like, I think, Tony. So this is over in London. So Pub on Wheels puts pints on people's doorsteps in London. So,
right.
Tony being a beer connoisseur, I think he'll like this one. So in London, England, the pubs may be shut down, but one East London brewer has found a novel way to keep the beer flowing by packing his kegs into a van and pulling pints onto people's doorsteps. So driving a white van with the slogan Tactical Beer Response Unit on the side, Peter Brown, the director of Forest Road Brewing Company, spends his day fulfilling delivery orders. But rather than delivering boxes or cans or bottles, he actually fills pint glasses for his customers out of the taps on his van. It doesn't fit as much beer as our bar would on a normal Friday or Saturday, but what we do is we get pure joy from our customers' faces when they see a cold glass of beer for the first time in 6 weeks. So Britain's pubs have been closed for close to 2 months. Government first advised people to avoid them, then demanded that they actually close on March 23rd when they did the countrywide lockdown. So under the restrictions of the lockdown, food and drink suppliers can also offer delivery services.
Yeah.
So that's when these guys had the idea to actually load up their van and basically do a pint delivery service.
Yeah.
And customers are big fans, and there's a poll right now going on where they're trying to get the guy to do this in a Superman costume.
That's amazing. Now
I think their slogan should be "Ale for what ails you" because of the virus that they're.
Wonderful.
I love it.
Great. That's great. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of the local craft breweries around here, they're doing a delivery service as well. Now, some of them, of course, are a little over the top because you need to order a minimum of like 48 cans if they're going to deliver to you. So now it's a little bit different in Ontario when we've got such a large distance between either houses or towns or cities versus over in the UK where everything's quite tightly packed, especially in a lot of these villages where the locals have a tendency to go to on a daily basis. So it's actually great. I think it's brilliant for the pub and keeps them in business.
Yeah, good for their ingenuity, right?
100%. Yeah. Now, I have a very similar article along this line, except for it's a tiny bit racier. Now, we all know about Uber Eats, and I'm pretty sure, Steve, you've probably got something like that down where you are, correct?
Yeah.
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 Well, there is a there
Sounds
is
like a restaurant that Hitler opened.
right. It's got to be fantastic.
That's just the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And then Goering would have used Lyft because he was with the Air Force.
Yes. Well, there is a place that is called the Lucky Devil Lounge, and they have started a company that is called Boober Eats. And this is basically a local strip club that decided to launch topless food delivery.
This is great.
Right? So basically, due to the coronavirus, a lot of these women who work in the club, are of course out of work. And so the Lucky Devil Lounge decided that what they would do is now start delivering Meals on Heels as part of a brassy new venture. The play on the popular Uber Eats service is the lounge takes and makes orders, and then two nearly topless women in pasties will show up at the door to drop the food off in person. Now you can look this up. There are photos. But that's
gonna be fun in Alaska,
right? I don't know if this would get franchised or not, though. The ladies who dropped things off, of course, it said, they're thankful that they're still able to make money. They are, of course, the consumers are encouraged to tip the delivery women. Now
the tip?
Yeah, well, the delivery fee starts at $30. And,
oh dear!
Right, and then on top of whatever you're buying. But they are thankful to still be making an income, but instead of making hundreds of dollars a night, they're almost just clearing minimum wage. So, now since then, and this was only within the week that this has been happening, Uber, of course, has fired across the bow and says, "No, you need to change this name." So they no longer call it Boober Eats. They haven't actually posted what the name is, but they do. Maybe they went with Meals on Heels. I don't know.
Why Uber doesn't own Boober?
Well, no, but they own Uber Eats, and it's apparently a little too close. So with pretending lawsuits, they decided to
live in a litigious world,
right? I mean, honestly,
delivery sounds wicked.
I think that you go with. I think Uber should be thankful because, they would get a whole bunch of people, saying, "Oh yeah, Uber does this. It's great. Get more orders in," and they're paying a $30 delivery fee, and then they realize that they've got the wrong one.
Good point.
Uber
Good
can
point.
make out like the devil. Yeah,
wow.
so
Amazing.
That was fun. Yeah,
that is amazing. Well, this one's super racy. I found.
Oh,
so, IKEA had to issue a statement. So the article reads, "No masturbation allowed in IKEA." IKEA reminds
oh
customers.
Man!
Well, there goes my weekend.
Saturday.
Ruin my day.
Buy a desk, sure. Eat a hot dog or some meatballs, cool. Masturbate in the store? Well, IKEA is reminding customers that that's a no-no after an incident in China. A woman at an unidentified IKEA store was caught on camera doing the deed on the merchandise. Not surprisingly, the clip went viral on Chinese social media. The woman, who is partially undressed in the video, is shown touching herself while sitting on various types of furniture. She even twerks on the camera at one point, and the customers see her raunchy antics. IKEA sent out a statement to discourage potential copycats. "We resolutely oppose and condemn this type of behavior and immediately reported it to the police in the city of the suspected store." IKEA also said it will be increasing security in its stores and asking customers to behave in an orderly, civilized way. It was unclear which store the video was shot at, and the woman's not wearing a face mask.
And there's the real
to add
catch,
that.
right? It's all the fact that they're not wearing the mask.
I don't see how the fact that she was masturbating meant that she was not behaving in an orderly, civilized way. I don't see those as mutually exclusive.
Right? I mean, how many people
ban cereal next?
I feel like this is like for the amount of people who decide not just to use their room when they're at home. I mean, maybe this is proper furniture testing. Maybe she's like, I don't know if I can use this chair. It's maybe not at the right angle. Right? Or maybe this futon just isn't comfortable. So I would be really disappointed. Let me tell you.
Try it out. It's following the instructions where she got all mixed up.
That's right. Well, IKEA
some
instructions
assembly required.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
IKEA instructions are quite ambiguous. So
Walmart
you
should
never-
immediately follow up though, because I don't want to see anybody that goes to Walmart's masturbate.
Just imagine the new cost on signs. No masturbating, please. Yeah, that'll be. What if that'll spread up into Ontario?
I just love at the end of the article. This woman was also not wearing a mask.
Well,
Like, think of the children.
Right. Well, maybe she was wearing the mask, but they weren't looking in the right area.
oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my!
Well,
What do you got, Tony?
One more for the coronavirus. Yeah, of course, that is what all news is about nowadays, and
Always good for a laugh.
yeah, for sure. Well, this one's quite neat. So
Okay.
a restaurant in Ocean City, Maryland, basically had decided that they need to bounce back from this problem, and that's hurt their business. And they have come up with a brilliant idea where they're debuting bumper tables. And this is quite of an interesting device where they seem to have almost like a large